this is for all those who want to do TikTok shop. All right, you are searching on YouTube, you're searching everywhere, and you're trying to find, the right video that's going to give you the motivation and possibly even tell you what you need to know so that you can, dive in, right? And then you're gonna find all these tips, tricks, and tutorials, and you know what? I'm gonna be successful. All right. Here's the thing. It really takes a person, and I don't speak this over your life. I'm a man of God, man of faith, but it really takes the saying is for a person to be really delusional, right? Believing that you can make this amount of money and you can do all this stuff. And what I like to say is what the Bible says, to call things that be not as though they were. So you know what, maybe you're on your job and you want to now go part-time on your job and do TikTok shop full-time. Maybe you have some dreams, some goals, some visions, vacations that you want to take. If you would just try TikTok shop and make some videos, you will see what views they don't get, what views they do get. You will begin to have brands reach out to you and invites, to collaborate, and they will, be able to send you free samples. But because you're not doing it, likely, you're not getting those invites. And you don't have to have all these crazy amount of followers. Yes, you do have to have 1,000 so you can get in the TikTok shop pilot program. And then it used to be where you can only post 5 videos a week for that, but now you can post 3 videos a day, 7 days a week. So that's 21 videos. That's 21 videos a week. All right. And then 5,000 followers, you can post unlimited shoppable videos. All I'm saying is when I first started, I saw what people were doing, and to me it looked cringy. To me, I was like, okay, what are they doing? They're selling all this stuff. I didn't understand it. I didn't know that one day I would be leaving my 9-to-5, my full-time job, my 40-hour to 50-hour work week. I didn't know that I was going to be leaving that one day and only doing content creation full-time. Now, TikTok shop as an affiliate is, I want to say, 80% of my income. I do have YouTube, and Amazon affiliates and a couple of other things going on. I do work, sometimes twice, maybe 3 days out of the month, for the TV station. But if you see yourself doing this, you can do it. Don't think that it's oversaturated. Don't think that everyone's already doing it, so you can't do it. Get in on it. Even if you started right now and you feel like you're only gonna make, $300 a month, that's $300 a month you don't have. And to make $300 a month, you don't have to be making a ton of videos. You just need to make sure that in the videos that you are making, it's solving a problem. You're coming up with a solution on why people would want to use this. It's letting them know how they're going to feel once they have this product. Okay, and there's products that are trending. There's products, that are evergreen products. The one thing I would recommend is look in your house first. See what you have that's still clean. Don't be, looking for some dirty products. And TikTok, the marketplace, allows you to take a picture of those products. It allows you to take a picture of what's in your house, and it will let you know if it's on TikTok shop. Now, make sure it's identical. Make sure it's the same exact thing, because you don't want to get in trouble. And you can start off like that. You can start off making videos of stuff you already have in your house until businesses or companies start sending you collaboration invites. But otherwise, you got free samples that are available to you. And if you have a little money right now, you can buy 1 or 2 free refundable samples and make videos that way. And then, of course, after you make a couple of sales, depending on what the requirements are, you get that money back. Comment below. Let me know, what questions do you have? I wanted to do an honest talk, for people who were searching. That was me. I was doing TikTok shop, and I was already making like $600, $700 a month. And I was like, man, how can I get to the next level? How can I, get this big money that everyone else is making? And then I realized, now I have a system going to where I realized about a month ago, and it's working. I realized about a month ago, Quincy, make the product the center of attention. Don't try to be all up in the camera like P. Diddy. They used to always say, and Puff Daddy, he was always in the videos. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even his song, but he was featured in the videos and he was all up in the camera, right? Stop trying to be all up in the camera. You can be in the camera if you are doing fashion, you know, glasses, makeup, clothing, things of that nature. Maybe it's a microphone, right? But if it doesn't require you to be on camera, turn the camera the other way, show the product, do a voiceover, things of that nature. All right, but there are a number of people who are doing faceless content, meaning just their hands are in the video. You do not have to always be in every single video. But if that's you, if it's easier, you know, then do that. You know, another thing is some people do faceless because, you know, they don't like getting ready every day, you know. I always do videos with me in it because I get ready for the day anyway, and I already do social media stuff. But I'm telling you right now, you don't have to stick to a niche as well. If you want to do all electronics, if you want to do all makeup, you can. But what I would start off doing is you're either here to make money or you're here to be known for something. So if you want to be known for something, then stay in that lane, stay in that niche. But if you want to be paying your bills and being able to buy this whenever you want and buy that whenever you want, do different products. You will see what sells, you will see what's working. I didn't know that I was going to be selling crossbody bags, right? Making a grip of money. I didn't know I was going to be selling pocket knives, making a grip of money. Before that, I was selling mini microphones. I still am, you know, making a good amount of money. And so all I'm saying is you can find different products that you didn't think that you could sell. I've sold so many ladies' perfumes. I heard one lady get on TikTok and she said, you know what, I just decided to randomly get a men's cologne just to see if I could sell it, and she sold a ton of them, you know. And so I've been selling Bella Vita Honey Oud, right, OUD, like crazy. I've been selling a bunch of Bella Vita colognes. I've been selling, you know, a bunch of unisex fragrances lately. And so just because you're a male, don't think you can sell female stuff. Just because you're a female, don't think you can't sell, you know, a female or the opposite sex. You get what I'm saying? I may have said that wrong, but just because you're one particular gender, don't think you can't sell the other one. All right, you can do it because ultimately people are wanting to see who they can trust, right? Who they can, you know, depend on. That's not gonna lie and sugarcoat some stuff. Don't sound salesy. Don't sound salesy. Get on there, be raw, authentic. You hear I'm talking right now? This is how I try to talk in a lot of my videos. I have done some videos. Hey guys, guess what's going on? You know, you don't want to do that. This is, you know, TikTok Shop is not YouTube, and YouTube doesn't even really do that no more. But when you get on a TikTok Shop affiliate video, talk to that person that's on the other side of the screen like you would your mom, your best friend. If you wouldn't walk up to your best friend and say, hey bro, check this out, this is the cologne I just got, it's fire, you know, you would say, hey man, I got a nice cologne, I'm surprised it smells as good, and it's cheap. I didn't know it was gonna have free shipping, but it got vanilla notes in there, it got bergamot, you know, you wanna check this out. That's how you talk, that's how you get on there. And after a while, you'll look at your older videos and you'll be like, man, I looked cringy, you know, because we get on there and we all try to, you know, do something or be something that we're not. And so it doesn't matter your age either. You know, maybe you're in a high profession, maybe you got a degree, maybe you have a certificate in something, but you're saying, man, I need an extra $3,000 a month. I was averaging $2,000 a month while I was at my 9 to 5. And I said, man, I bet you if I go full time, I can make way more than $2,000. And guess what? I am and have been. You know, my whole goal, not putting my business out there, you know, but it doesn't really matter, you know, my whole goal was to make more than $4,600 a month. All right. I've made 11,000. I've made 8,000. I'm consistently around 6,000. Sometimes I've made 7. I had one low month of 3,900, and then I was like, man, what the heck is going on? You know, did I do the right thing? And I was thinking about going back to get a job, you know, and I was like, dude, you know, you better put the hustle in. And so the thing is you can have high months, good months, and you can have a low month. So you always want to make sure you are still pumping out videos or being live, and then at the same time, you know, decide whether you want to also have a couple of things on the side. That's my tips. That's my recommendations. Comment below, subscribe if you want more videos like this. If this video has helped you in any way, all right, just raw, uncut, you know, hoping to help those who want tips, tricks, and tutorials on TikTok Shop as an affiliate. If this helped you in any way, subscribe, you know, like the video, share with someone, you know, who can benefit from this, and I will see you guys on the next video.